Layman tells his assistant that you need to prepare a knife boiled in sterile clean water to begin with and then treat it with fire. He also needs a thin thread and disinfect it with medicinal herbs. Hansen doesn't understand why all these things are needed. With the help of a hallucinogen, the hero put the patient to sleep and anesthetized him. Fortunately, he also prepared catgut, that is, a natural absorbable surgical suture material. Blamond had prepared it in advance just in case because it was easy to get since it is used by magicians from the wizard tower. First, you need to disinfect the place on the body where the surgery will be performed. Here the young man begins to cut his skin tissue with a knife, and this scares Hansen very much. Heroes see fat and muscles covered in blood. He knew how to open the abdominal cavity from the knowledge he had gained. However, it was terrible to see it with his own eyes, and as a result, the young man's head empties. The hero begins to shake, but suddenly the skill steel heart is activated, which allows the young man to become more adamant. Layman thinks about wealth, mail, and calms down. He just needs to follow the knowledge of surgery. He must perform a median laparotomy. That is a method of surgical intervention by dissecting the tissues in the area of the anterior abdominal wall. Hansen is just terrified because he doesn't understand what the heroes are doing to the patient and should he stop him. However, he sees the confident look of the hero and does not risk stopping him. Yellow fluid oozes from the duodenum. This is a perforated ulcer, so it is necessary to bind the artery and block the hole. A perforated ulcer is a through defect in the wall of the stomach and duodenum, as in this case with access to the abdominal cavity or retroperitoneal space. Here, the hero asks Hansen to lift one red organ. The young man is surprised but still helps the hero. Now you need to cut out the perforation area with a scalpel. The hands of the young man do not obey at all. And at this rate, the operation will end very badly, so the hero decides to buy the skill-dexterous hands of the surgeon. Good stamina and intelligence are undoubtedly important, but more importantly, they are able to save the patient. He uses the skill and his perception increases from 6 to 16 and the fingertips become more substantial. Of course, it's still a little unusual, but the hero moves gracefully really and the feeling that he lacks something. He asks Hansen for a threat because first he needs to tie the artery and stop the bleeding. Now you need to close the hole in the duodenum. Then you need to take the tongue of the momentum of a suitable size and block the perforation of the intestine with it, applying nodal sutures. And finally, it remains only to check the vagus nerve, which is associated with the secretion of gastric acid, and also remove the spread gastric juice with clean water, and finally, do not sew it up. The operation is over. The hero got his first experience in abdominal surgery. He received the achievement of the father surgeon, that is, the discoverer of surgery for future generations. The hero also received a lot of skill points and a bonus to level up. Suddenly, his legs give way and he falls and tears begin to flow from his eyes. Finally, he did it, cured the patient. After a while, the chief healer learns that Layman did a good job and cured a patient who vomited blood.